I'm LJ.
What's cracking, y'all? It's Stevie Nicks.
And we're Knicks fans.
And welcome to Knicks Anonymous.
Myself, and I think we see Willis coming out.
Fast break to Walt Frazier. Frazier then slows it down. Is picked up by Jerry West at the top of the post. Three.
We know differently, and here's David Stern with the announcement.
First pick, select Patrick Ewing.
Bernard looking for 50, and he's got it. Back-to-back 50-point games for Bernard King. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8 tenths left. Lynn puts it up. Bang! Jeremy Lin from downtown. Johnson cuts left. Now fires a three. It is good, and he's fouled. It counts, and he is fouled.
Barrett drives down, and this time finishes with authority.
Yeah, what it do, New York? Welcome back to a new episode of
Knicks Anonymous.
No Sound Effects.
Yeah, we're back. Is this season 2?
This is season
1? Are we still
3?
Oh, season. Yeah.
This is season 3.
Okay, so episode 1, season 3. We're here.
Yes, sir. This is post draft, by the way. This is not
No, this is pre-draft.
pre-draft. Sorry, yeah,
Pre-draft. Draft has not happened yet. It is now June 5th.
June 5th.
Sunday, June 5th.
Shout out, Stevie. What's going on, man? It's been a while, bro.
It's been quiet, man. It's a lot of the same old news. You know, draft talk, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Mitchell Robinson.
Not for nothing. This has been out of all the seasons like we've done so far. I would say like this is the most quiet it's ever been.
Well, I won't say it's quiet, but like the reason we're not
Like there's no rumors. Like there's like how last
it's
year.
the same old.
Like last year is we had CP3, Westbrook, we had all those guys, and then the year before that it was
It was what we were gonna do with the draft.
we were doing the draft picks.
And that's when we got Quickly and Toppin and all that
yes,
stuff.
and that was the beginning of the Leon Rose era.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as I stated in past shows, the possibilities there that the big move we're gonna make this season will be in the draft.
Ooh, and we can get to all that.
Yeah.
Wait, don't rush it. I know,
I've
Stevie.
said that.
You want it?
No, I'm not rushing into it. I'm just saying I said that
antsy.
before, and it's looking like that's the direction we're headed, and that's what today's episode is about.
Yes, sir. And you already know. First things first. Shout out for the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks Anonymous family. Shout out for all your support. We don't have the sound effects, but I will clap it up for you personally. We love you guys.
And ma'ams, because
And
we have
ma'ams.
a 37% female audience from what I heard.
That's a fact.
Shout out to the ladies out there.
Shout out. You already know. We also have the 1% non-binary.
Yeah, shout out to the
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. You know, I don't want to throw out.
We love everybody.
Yeah, I don't want to throw out, the wrong names and offend people. So just shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
Episode
67?
67.
Okay.
God damn, that's a lot of episodes.
Well, this time around we've been in between episodes, so it's okay to forget.
And are we
the number.
even anonymous anymore?
Nothing really. Everybody knows what we look like and who we are. Are we gonna have to change the name of the podcast?
No. Because Knicks Anonymous, for any newcomers out there right now, Knicks Anonymous we got the idea because the time we made this podcast, we were down bad, like really, really down bad. We started this episode after Fizdale, right? After that year.
I believe. No. We didn't start it, but the idea of doing a Knicks podcast came about during the Fizdale years.
Yeah, so the Fizdale years, for those of you that don't know, and those of you who do know, we finished the season 17 and
65.
yes, whatever, 17 and fucking who cares? And we were so angry that we were literally talking about the Knicks for an hour straight, and it kind of just went silent. We looked at each other like, yo, maybe we can actually do a podcast. So while we were thinking about the name, Stevie came up with a great idea about AA meetings. And I was like, yo.
No offense to any alcoholics out there, by the way.
Yes,
It's not it's not a joke on y'all. It's not a play, but this is how I saw it.
But the idea is the same way people that go to AA meetings talk about their experiences and stuff like that.
and wanting to vent.
Yes.
My idea was to have us as Knicks fans vent.
Hence the name.
Knicks Anonymous.
Knicks Anonymous. Clap it up. You already know. And honestly, I think that name is pretty fucking catchy, if you ask me.
I think so as well.
It rolls off very nicely.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. You know what's crazy? I didn't come up with it for it to be catchy. I came up with it for the idea that you just described. But yeah, like Nick's Anonymous. It's catchy.
What was the first one we had?
The Nick Zone.
Oh, the Nick Zone. Yo,
yeah,
let us know.
We discussed that already. We don't want to get into that. That was cheesy.
Let us know. Come on, Nick Zone. I know that shit for you.
There's a podcast out there called the Nick Zone too.
Oh, is that why we changed it?
I believe so. Yes.
I think that's why we changed it. Yes.
We changed it. But our Nick Zone was kind of cheesy. I'll be honest. Like 70s cheesy.
We dead ass. Okay, so the Nick Zone. Obviously the inspiration was the Twilight Zone because that's where.
Yeah, we were gonna
that's what it felt like the Knicks were at that very moment.
Yeah, we were gonna do the theme song and all that. I'm glad we did it, bro. Like, I can't lie, when we first thought of it, it sounded creative in hindsight and funny. But now I'm like seeing it in my head. And I'm sure we said this before. We had this conversation in the past episode. Now that I see it in my head, now like again seeing it in my head, I'm like, oh my god, thank God we didn't do that. I'm imagining it right now, staring at your TV, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yeah, bro, everything happens for a reason, man. Listen, Nick's Anonymous, I'll take it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Great episode today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have some playoff talk. We have coaching talk. We have draft talk. Not a lot of playoff talk.
We'll get to that in the end.
No, yeah, we got Mitchell Robinson. Well, not the finals, the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
The playoffs meaning Brunson and all that good stuff. So, actually, speaking of Brunson, first topic of order today. The Knicks have hired Jalen Brunson's dad, Rick Brunson, as the assistant coach for the New York Knicks. What are your thoughts on this?
Good choice. Rick Brunson has passed assistant coaching experience. He's been around the NBA, so he's a guy that knows his stuff.
Before I did research on him, I didn't even know he coached.
No, he didn't coach. Like I said, he's assistant coach. Like, as far as head coaching, I don't know. But he knows the NBA. He's a veteran. Well, obviously he's been around. Former Knick as well, so he's familiar with the New York atmosphere. Good guy to have around, I would say.
I believe he played in the 90s, right?
He did. He was a let's just say Jalen Brunson is way better than him. We'll say that. But like I said, he's a good guy to have around though, because he's an NBA lifer.
So the most important thing to focus on here, for those of you that aren't really familiar with Brunson, because I wasn't, so I did some research, and apparently he coached as an assistant for the Denver Nuggets, the Charlotte Bobcats, that seems to be it, and the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, with Tom Thibodeau, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so he has experience with Tibbs. That's familiarity.
So the most important part here is that his thing, his niche, each coach has their niche. Like Thibodeau's defense, Atkinson was offense and player development. Brunson's niche says he focuses keenly on player development.
You can't never have enough of that, honestly.
But this is good because this is something Thibodeau lacks. Because Thibodeau is a hard-headed coach, as we know, and he's not really, well, I wouldn't say good, but it's not his forte.
So Rick Brunson's gonna assist with those adjustments. That's great. I like that.
So okay. I feel like that this he's like a Woodson almost. Woodson was like almost our player development guy.
He was the defensive guru. I'm not sure if that's Brunson's forte, but we'll see. I mean, defense wasn't the Knicks' problem last year anyway, in all honesty, because despite all our disappointments last year, y'all do realize we were still ranked 11th in defense, right? Throughout all that, we were still up there, which means we're only going to get better in that.
And we never really got blown out.
No,
there's actually games we should have won.
Yeah.
But we did it just solely because of our offense. And it wasn't our defenses was the only thing that was keeping us in most of these games. So defense definitely wasn't an issue. So, and plus we now, because if you look at the team from 4 or 5 years ago, we had a team that was a lot older. I'll say mid older 20s.
Oh yeah, as compared to now, we have one of the youngest teams in the league right now.
So player development, I feel like, is very good, and the fact that they know that Thibodeau isn't the best at it.
He went to get help.
They went to get help. So for those of you that still have a problem with the front office, things are getting better. You see, we told you this was gonna happen. Leon Rose is not blind. This is the man's job to focus, look, and really lock in on these situations. You know what I mean? And who knows? He probably listens to us. No one knows. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe not us, but maybe Knicks fans in general.
Yeah, never know. I think they do. I think to an extent the Knicks front office listens to fans because we're vocal as hell.
You can't miss us.
Yeah, whether they do what we say or not is a whole different story. But I think they do listen.
That's actually why ESPN was tight last time. Remember that whole Leon Rose incident when
because we were listening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Leon Rose, man.
Yeah, don't listen. Listen to Knicks media, not mainstream sports media.
So honestly, this is to be determined. On the coaching situation, I can't really tell you if it's a good move or a bad move.
I think it's a good move.
I didn't even see that coming. To be honest,
I wouldn't call it a bad move. You really can't. So let's just see where it goes.
And the reason why we hired another assistant coach is because our assistant coach now, I think his name is Johnny
Bryant.
Johnny Bryant is actually
he's a rumored candidate for the Jazz job because Quinn Snyder stepped down today.
Yes. So
do you think that Quinn Snyder stepping down might have a impact on a certain person on a certain person's availability?
Ooh, Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what's crazy? Just to throw it out there, my dad was talking about getting Gobert. I was like, absolutely not.
My dad said the same thing.
I think they forgot how much he's actually getting paid.
I told him that too. I was like, my father's argument was he's a better defender than Mitch and is a defensive player of the year who could replace Mitch should he leave. That's true. I won't argue that point, but the problem with Gobert is you trade for Gobert, that's who you're building around. That's your guy. And a lot of people don't like Gobert. I personally like Gobert. I like good defensive players, but that's not my guy.
What's his contract? $200 million?
Yes.
Some random ass shit, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you like this. He ain't never going broke again unless he does something real stupid.
And he even got through the COVID thing. So we're not even going to go there, bro.
Oh, yeah, let's leave that alone.
We're not even going to go there.
Anyway, moving on.
Yo, man. So shout out to Brunson, man. So let's stay within the Brunson bloodline here for a second. Let's move down the chain here for a second. Let's go down to the youth. The playoffs, before we took a break for the playoffs, because honestly there has really been nothing to talk about lately until now. Me and Stevie said that we were rather Mitchell than Brunson, because the Utah Jazz. No, we actually switched it.
Yeah, we were back and forth with rather who we take. So we kind of.
So before the series between Utah and Mavericks started, we said we were all in on Mitch.
And when Brunson started killing, we kind of changed our minds.
Yes.
And then we changed our mind again. We kind of went through a flip-flop.
So, okay, let's start with Donovan Mitchell. Yes, yay or nay?
Well, yay or nay what? Do we
stay true to our word, and do we still go after him?
Nah. I don't think so. Like I said, as far as his availability, will Quinn Snyder's exit affect that? You know what I mean? Is this gonna be what makes him officially request a trade? Like
a rebuild kind of thing?
Yeah.
They might break apart?
Maybe. We don't know. Because, I'm hearing... I don't know how true it is, but you never know on the internet. But
my God, I just got a report from the Score.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Utah Star reportedly questioning team's future following Snyder's departure.
What did I just say? What the hell did I just say? We don't know how that's gonna affect his decision to stay or not. And you just get that.
No lie. Swear to God, look it.
That's crazy. Dude, so I was hearing in the internet while he got that, and I'm sure some of you have heard it too, don't know how true it is, that there's rifts between Gobert and Mitchell. I don't know how serious it is, but supposedly there's a rift there. Nobody has requested trades or nothing like that. But now that we're hearing this, it's going to be interesting to see the direction the Jazz go, especially with their coaching. Because, if they don't hire a coach, you're gonna have to upgrade that coach. You can't downgrade now.
He wasn't a bad coach.
Yeah,
either.
exactly. Quinn Snyder's not a bad coach. They made the playoffs all 6 years he was there.
They just could. They have the Raptor syndrome.
Yeah, they couldn't make it past the second round. So
First round, I think.
No, they made it the second round.
Well, that was last year when Mike
Yeah.
Conley missed that. Yeah,
They
sad case.
you know what I mean? So it's not like they were unsuccessful. They just didn't, go over the hump. So Quinn Snyder's not a bad coach. He stepped down. He didn't get fired. Let's throw that up. Let's throw that out there as well. So and the reason he stepped down was he said, I'm paraphrasing. This isn't his exact words, but it's pretty much he got them as far as he could. They need a new voice. So
Respect. I
Yeah.
mean,
so it's possible Quinn's gonna get another job.
of course. I mean,
Somebody's gonna want him. You know what I mean? Like some team's gonna want him. But as far as like Mitchell,
I mean, regardless.
like how
I think regardless of how
do you
things.
think he requests a trade?
Yes, but I think regardless of what happens, he's still gonna be worth too much.
Yeah, we're not getting him.
You know what I mean? Like we're still gonna be able, like, cause we're not the only ones that are gonna want him.
You know who's gonna get him?
Who?
Miami's gonna get him. Watch.
Cause they have Oladipo in them.
They're gonna get him. From what I read, the rumor I saw was a package surrounding Tyler Hero. So yeah, Miami's gonna get him, bro. I'm telling you. Miami's gonna get. I see Miami getting him, dude. Pat Riley is a sneak, bro.
That's okay. That's okay though. But I don't want Knicks fans to be on some like, oh, we missed out. Like,
You know how we are, dude. We
Yeah,
will.
but
We will. They'll
Oh,
say it.
okay.
There'll be that portion of the fan base that said we should have gave this guy up. Look
Okay.
what Miami gave up. We could have gave him that. Like, whatever.
let's do our part and tell the people not to panic. That's all we could do. All we could do is just say our piece, and whoever listens, whoever doesn't, does not. But at least we put it out in the universe. You can't say we never did. You
Yeah,
feel
so
me?
that's a nay for me, bro. Like
That is also a name for
I
me.
can't lie. I wanted Mitchell at one point. Hell, I even had a big ass trade package saying we're surrounded by Julius Randle, Grimes, and a few other people.
Yeah.
But you think it over. You would still need more for that team to be a contender. It'd be a playoff team, but it wouldn't be a contender.
I agree. And plus, we would have to give up, like you said, we just have to give up too much. The entire team would be gone. We'd have to rebuild again, even though everybody is tired of the word rebuild. I don't understand how that, what works in the Knicks world. Like, we want Mitchell, but we're tired of rebuilding. Well, if we get Mitchell, guess what we're going to have to do? Emmett, I'm going to need you to relax there, Emmett.
Yeah, bro. We don't want Mitchell either, bro.
For those of you that don't know, Emmett is the mascot. He is my doggo. Emmett, I'm gonna need you to stop it.
He's kind of tight at the Mitchell rumors too.
Stop it. Okay, so Donovan Mitchell out, big X. Let's go to Jalen Brunson for a second, right? So we agreed that Jalen Brunson would definitely be a better option than Mitch Robinson. For one starter, he would be a free agent, so we wouldn't have to give up anybody, just money. The problem is how much money we would have to give him.
Yeah, man. Right now, from what I read, the going rate is $25 million a year. I won't say he's not worth it. I mean, the dude earned the money. We saw him in the playoffs. He was killing.
Yes,
He did good,
but I feel like he kind of got even though they beat Phoenix,
he got
he was getting exposed.
as far as
His height.
Okay, I can see that.
There was a lot of problems where, because
I'm
I'm
kind
kind of tired. Yeah, I don't think we need another small guard. You know what I mean? We have Quickly, we had Kemba, we have D Rose.
Got Deuce.
They're not small, but they're not big.
Yeah, they're between.
But bringing Jalen Brunson down would give us offense, but we would still lack the size in the defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not. Defense isn't his strength. So, and at $25 million, that turns me off, man. Like, I don't think I'm willing to give Jalen Brunson that. As I said, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. He earned his money this postseason.
No, he was balling out.
And I'll put it to you like this. I'll keep it short and sweet.
Hashtag Luka to the Knicks.
That'll piss somebody off that I know, but we won't get into that. But I'll keep it short.
I owe him a shout out actually. Shout out to Mike TV. We have to give him airtime. I made a side bet that you didn't know about. I'm sorry, Stevie.
That's fine. I don't mind giving Mike airtime. He knows his stuff.
He has about like 5-10 minutes. So we always talk shit about Mike. So this time you guys will actually meet him. So stay tuned for that.
But as I was saying, I'll keep it short about Jalen Brunson. If anybody's gonna give him that money, it's gonna be Mark Cuban. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He earned that contract. Dallas could use him as help for Luka. They're gonna need more help than that, though. Let's be real.
But he's a very
key piece. So if anybody's gonna pay him, it's gonna be Mark Cuban. I predict he stays in Dallas.
The Dallas Knicks, baby.
Cause I heard rumors as well that Detroit was interested in him. That doesn't make sense to me. They have Cade Cunningham already. What do you need him for? Like, he's trying to start. He's not gonna back up Cade.
What did they do, like a trade?
Nah.
Cade and
Well,
Cunningham to Dallas.
Dallas would win that trade. I don't think Detroit would be that dumb. Because Cade Cunningham's gonna be way better than Jalen Brunson.
He did have a shaky year.
No, he started shaky, but then towards the end he came on. Careful, man, Detroit. Detroit's like kind of off topic, but Detroit is like a vet or two away from being a playoff team. Don't sleep.
Jeremy Grant, is he still there or did he move?
I think they're gonna move him.
He didn't move?
Nah, he didn't move yet, but I think they're gonna move him. He's rumored to supposedly be headed to the Lakers, apparently.
Oh shit!
I don't know what they have to give up for him, but let's see where that goes.
Melo.
Like I said, let's see. Lakers don't really have much. They traded it off for Anthony Davis.
Oh my god. So between the two, do we make any moves to either one of them?
Nah. We
So you say strictly rebuild.
Yep, strictly rebuild. As I said at the beginning of the show, the big move that the Knicks are gonna make, if they're gonna make a move, is gonna be in the draft.
So with that being said, let's move to our next topic, the NBA draft. The Knicks have received the 11th pick.
Yeah, as you all know.
How do you feel about that?
I wasn't mad with that. You know what's funny? This is the first time that Knicks fans weren't mad about losing the lottery. I think we're finally wising up to that. So shout out to y'all for that.
Cause I didn't see no memes the day of the pick.
Yeah, nobody was like, "Oh," you know what I mean? Like they finally understand how the system works.
The kid wasn't crying anymore.
Yeah,
the kid with the Porzingis jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
Troll.
You know, but I think we're starting to understand how the system works now. I mean, it is called a lottery for a reason. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't mad at all, especially considering what I've been hearing lately. Apparently, we're not trying to stay at 11.
I had a feeling, you know what I mean? Because we have a lot of stuff we have a lot of
we have assets
that we could use with that pick to move up. Not necessarily to like 1, 2, or 3, but
we're rumored apparently, from what I've been reading, the Sacramento Kings want to move out of the 4th pick. I don't know why, because they need help. I mean, they're another team, I can't lie. They're a few pairs away, but they still need help. And Portland, I can understand why Portland wants to trade. They want to win now, so they want a vet. And Portland wants to trade the 7th pick. So, according to rumors,
I feel like the 7th pick would probably be more...
That'll be more gettable.
Yeah.
I think that'll be more logical, and it would help from what I heard. So the rumors I'm hearing are the Knicks are very intrigued by Jaden Ivey. If we trade into the 4th pick, that'd be pretty much who we're gunning for. Jaden Ivey's a combo guard from Purdue. I'm sure everybody knows who Jaden Ivey is. He gets a lot of Morant comparisons because of his athleticism. And what can you say about the guy? He's very talented. He really is. He'd be the most athletic guard we have if we drafted him.
So he's very explosive.
Yes.
He's a very explosive, off the dribble.
Yeah.
So would you say his biggest strength is? Like off the dribble or set?
I would say off the dribble.
And he's tall, 6'4". He does have some size to him.
Yeah.
Average guard.
The only thing I don't like about him as a point guard, he's a combo guard. If the Knicks draft him, I assume they're going to use him as the point. Only thing I don't like about him as a point is he averaged 3.1 assists. He would have to get those assists up. Give me at least 5.
He actually averages a lot of rebounds for a guard.
No, yeah, he's a good rebounder.
5 rebounds?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He shoots pretty good from the field. 46%, almost 50%.
Yeah, 35 from 3. That's not bad. Not bad. He's just shooting.
And it's crazy because most of his highlights are off the dribble dunks.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's the real deal.
That pick and roll with him and Jericho Sims
Would be crazy.
Ooh.
They be
And I don't say Mitchell Robinson purely for the fact because we haven't signed him yet and we just don't know what is going to happen to him.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jaden Ivey's the real deal, man. Like,
He would be the
he's
best-
one of the sure things. He's one of the sure things in this draft.
He would be the best look for the Knicks because as everybody continues to say, we need a solid point guard. So, okay. So let's say we do get Jaden Ivey, right? What happens to Quickly? Does he stay starting or does he back him up?
I think he's 6 man.
Like a Tyronn Lue. Isn't Quickly's favorite player?
No, not on Tyronn Lue.
Lou Williams?
Yeah, Lou Williams.
I mean, yo.
Yeah, he'd be our Lou Will, pretty much.
Yo, I mean,
I wouldn't mind that.
Asking you shall receive. You know what I mean, bro? I think that would be like a miracle moment for him. I feel like he shined 6-man when he was going off. When he was coming off when our starters weren't doing shit.
Yeah, his rookie year, he killed. He did pretty well
Off the bench. So maybe that's what he needs.
Who knows? Let's see. But yeah, Jaden Ivey's one of the sure things in this draft, supposedly. So
okay, so boom, Jaden Ivey no longer available. Who else do we go for?
Okay, so the other rumor is Portland.
So Jaden Ivey, we would have to go for.
Yeah, because apparently he's not sliding any further than that.
So we would have to go for. So okay, so
and fun fact, apparently he's a CAA client. Just throwing that out there.
What is that?
Leon Rose's agency.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just something to know.
Okay.
Just something to know.
There's some
So,
line in there.
all right, that's the 4th pick. Now we talk about Portland.
7th pick.
Yes. And here's the cool part. They may be interested in Randall.
Okay.
And in my opinion, Randall would do good in Portland.
Think so?
Yeah, he wouldn't be the main guy. It'd be Dame Lillard, Anthony Simons. They have Nurkic at center.
That'd be a strong front court.
That's a nice little lineup. Yeah, so
That's a very strong front court.
That would be an interesting lineup should that happen. So apparently,
and we're not losing much because
I mean, we'd have to give up more than Randall, but you know,
like Alec Burks maybe,
and a couple of picks to move up to that spot. But what I heard. Okay, here's what I heard. The Knicks, if they do trade with Portland, they're not gonna trade the 11th pick.
Oh, they want to keep it?
Yes. They would trade next year's first so we could have 2 picks in this year's draft.
Ooh.
So we would have the 7th and the 11th. Not sure what they would do with the 11th at that point. But the rumored player that I see they're looking at should they trade for the 7th is Benedict Mathurin from Arizona. He's basically a 3-and-D wing.
Small forward.
He can play both, small forward and shooting guard. So should we draft him? I guess RJ would be the 3, he'd be the 2. Very athletic guy, bro. Very athletic guy.
So it kind of makes you wonder what happens to Reddish.
I think Reddish is possibly trade bait, bro. I think so.
Like package.
Yeah.
Cause honestly, I think the Knicks might go hard body for that 4th pick.
You know what's crazy?
They might go hard.
I would much rather get Mathurin.
Really?
Yeah, I like our point guards. I really like our point guards.
I do too.
I like our point. Nothing against Jaden Ivey. I wouldn't be mad if we ended up with Jaden Ivey. I'd take it. Because, like I said, he's one of the sure things in this draft, as is Mathurin. Mathurin and Ivy are 2 of the safest picks in this draft, from what I've heard.
And that Chad Homewood kid, he's number 1 off rip.
I wouldn't say he's number 1 off rip. I like Chet. I've said that many times. No, you're right. You said it right.
I think I said Chad.
Either way, whatever. But I like Chet Holmgren. Only reason he's not a sure thing though is because of the weight. It's the only reason. The basketball skill is there to me. That guy got skill.
He's just the Porzingis with handles.
I think he's gonna be better than I think he's better than Porzingis right now.
Ooh.
In my opinion.
Take that, Porzingis.
And there's no disrespect to Porzingis.
Oh, it's disrespect.
I still like him.
Would you take him?
Would I take Chet Holmgren?
Porzingis.
Depends on what we give up.
Oh shit! I'll take freaking Lakina back.
I would too. He actually did good in the playoffs this year.
He did.
Playing defense.
He did. I'll take Frank back.
But back to Mathurin though. I would much rather have him than Ivy because He's a 3-and-D player that could become a very explosive offensive player, bro. Like, off the dribble, he
So
can
he's
shoot.
defensive first, pretty much.
I would say he's about even.
Even? Okay.
But I would say he's better defensively than offense. But the potential's there, bro. That guy, he caught a body in the tournament.
Oh, and the
I think it was against
March Madness?
Yes, he caught a. I think it was against TCU, if I'm not mistaken. Bro, it was bad. He's one of them kind of guys, bro.
Like a slammer jam,
Yeah,
baby. Like,
he'd be a guy that could bring that kind of excitement to the Garden. And his stats weren't that bad either. He averaged 17, 5 boards, 2 assists. His shooting percentages are pretty good. 45 overall, 36 from 3.
well, naturally, those points are gonna go down because their roles may change in the NBA.
That's true. And fun fact, defensive rating, as far as you asked about defense,
That's very important.
he had a 96.8 defensive rating, 13th in the Pac-12 division. Pretty good.
That's pretty
That's
pretty
not
solid
bad.
to
That's
me.
solid.
How about Jaden Ivey? Did they say anything about Jaden Ivey's defense?
His is kind of shaky. It's not good, but it's not bad. If anything, it does need work.
So you would say Jaden Ivey's more of the offensive threat, and then
Yes.
what's this guy's name again?
Benedict Mathurin.
Benedict is more of the defensive.
He's Benedict Mathurin is a way better defensive player than Jaden Ivey.
Is he long?
Yes, I believe a 6'10" wingspan, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's dope. And would you say would he start or would he come off the bench?
He has a shot at starting. He has a shot. I'm not gonna guarantee he's gonna start because the way Thibodeau rolls, but he would have a shot. He's that good.
Solid.
Ben Mathurin is good. Like, check him out, bro. If you haven't, check out his highlights.
No, it's solid because if what we need a game plan here in this draft is we now know who we need to build around, and that's RJ Barrett.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We need to find RJ Barrett's weaknesses and figure out who we can get. So honestly, we need shooting.
To an extent, yes. We need volume shooting.
Volume shooting.
Because our percentages weren't that bad last year compared to the year before. Compared to the year before. Actually, no. Our percentages fell last year. I did. Because we added more volume in Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier, yes.
So the volume went up, but the
The
percentage
percentage
went down. Whereas the year before, the percentage was up, but the volume was low.
So we need to find that balance. And Evan Fournier was turning on the oven towards the end of the season. So hopefully he takes that momentum moving forward, or he becomes
I think he's gonna become trade bait.
And
I think
they go hard body.
Because if we draft any of these guys, like, we're not gonna really need them because we're gonna have Grimes coming off the bench or possibly starting. Because you never know if Grimes kills in the summer league or kills in training camp.
Listen, everybody was killing towards the end of this. I tell everybody, the end of that season for the Knicks was the best thing anything could have happened to us because it was already shaky the entire season. But the last 15 games gave me hope. Not gonna lie to you, really gave me some serious hope.
Nah, yeah, it was a good ending to the season. Like, it wasn't like past seasons where you're like, oh god,
The tank.
Yeah, like, where are we going now? At least we know.
Get your scuba gear.
We know where we need to be. We know where we're going. Let me not even say that. No, we don't know where we're going, but we know where we need to be.
We have a map. Yes,
there you go.
We have a roadmap.
That's a good way to put it.
And we have a very good conductor in Leon Rose.
Yes, sir. Just
Stand clear of the closing doors,
just
please.
keep quiet. Keep staying quiet. Do them one interviews every year. That's it.
And not for nothing, still no word from Dolan.
Exactly. Big shout out to Dolan for that, man.
He's keeping his big mouth shut.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants more. Maybe he's finally come around and and it's like, you know what? If the Knicks win, I could actually potentially earn more money.
Oh, I'm sure he knows that. I don't think Dolan made bad decisions on purpose to sabotage the team to lose.
He's just not good at it.
He just made bad decisions. That's all.
That's not his job. You know what I mean? He was doing things out of his payroll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You let the GMs do the GM. You let the front office be the front office.
Yeah. Let the basketball minds be the basketball minds.
You just sit back, invest.
You sign the checks.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. You sign the big money.
And if they're not doing good at their jobs, then you say, "Yo, I thought you were a good basketball mind. What's going on?"
So
that's your right as the owner.
That is your right as the owner for sure. So there's 3 different ways this draft can play out, right? Either we get the 4th pick, the 7th pick, or we stick with the 11th pick. Which one would you want the Knicks to move or stay at? Where would you want them to?
Either ones. It doesn't matter. Because if we stay at the 11th pick, I would personally want us to draft that kid from Ohio State, Malachi Branham. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Spelled B-R-A-N-H-A-M.
Another small forward, right?
No, I think he's more of a shooting guard.
But he could play both, right? I think.
I have to check his height. I believe he's 6'4". So I think he's a straight up shooting guard. But I like him because he's 19-year-old kid. But he's a kid from what I see and read about him, somebody that would learn on the fly. He's not a dumb player.
He's a quick learner.
Yes, from what I see. He's a Big Ten Rookie of the Year.
I know Tips would love that.
Yeah. Big Ten Rookie of the Year. I think he was third team freshman, something like that, for his division. I forgot what division Ohio State's in. He averaged 13. What I personally like about him is his shooting percentages. Check this out. 19-year-old kid, remember. 49% from the field. 41% from three. It's a pretty smart shooter.
Especially, so is he a high volume or low volume?
That's the thing. He's a low volume 3-point shooter. So his game is mid range. I think statistically, from what I read, I looked up his numbers. He probably averaged like 2 to 3 threes a game. So maybe he hit he would hit one game, none this game, 2 this game. Basically like that.
Yeah.
So he has the percentages, he just doesn't have the volume. He doesn't fire away.
Okay.
So what I like is he could develop into someone who could fire away. Or if not, at least increase his volume and still have those percentages. Because a dude that shoots 49% overall and 41 from 3, even if you have a drop-off in the NBA, hypothetically speaking, he drops off to 46 overall and 38 from 3. It's still good.
Because we wouldn't need you to take that many shots anyway.
Exactly.
You would be there to be RJ's safety blanket whenever he gets triple teamed in the paint.
Yes.
There you are in the corner just sitting there, and there's your one shot.
Yes, he's a kid who could learn. That's what I like about Branham.
That's dope.
He has potential.
So in any case, we pretty much, it's a win-win almost. We rarely lose anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at either 3 scenarios, but those are my 3 personal choices. The Benedict Mathurin and Ivy are what's being rumored that the Knicks are gunning for. Those are the 2 we gunning for. Brannon is somebody I like if we stay at 11.
He's just a safety.
Yes, he's a safe pick. He's
safe
one of the
pick.
safe picks in this draft. I'm not gonna say he's a sure thing, but he's a safe pick.
Okay.
A sure thing and a safe pick are 2 different things. Like Ja Morant, he was the sure thing in that draft. So was Zion, but you can't say that because of the injuries.
Excuse me.
That's fine.
I'm a famous man.
RJ was all right. I'm gonna explain the difference. Like I said, Ja Morant was the sure thing. RJ was the safe pick for the Knicks.
Which turned out to be a sure thing.
Yes.
Which I'm very happy about.
Which is cool.
Honestly, I like. So what I think the Knicks should do is, you put it in my head. I think instead of just gunning for the 4th pick, because I am with you on the guard thing. I feel like our point guard, I think quickly needs 1 true year.
And Deuce needs a shot too?
Yes, I think everybody needs a true shot to really show what they can do. And I think the 7th pick would probably be the best suited option for the Knicks to get somebody like a 3-and-D player like, what's his name?
Benedict Mathurin?
Benedict Mathurin. That's not a bad pick at all. Now, what we do with Reddish and all of them is...
I think Cam Reddish is one of the biggest mysteries on this team this offseason. Because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know, like, what's their plan. Like, are we going to develop him? I think he's going to be part of the trade. If we do a draft day trade, because think about it.
Because 7th pick, we wouldn't have to give as much as we would have for the 4th pick.
Yeah, they're going to want Randall. Going to want a young player, Cam. Because who we're going to pick? If they ask for a young player, who are you going to give up out of these 3 players? Because we're not going to give Obi. We're not going to give up RJ. It's going to be Grimes, Cam, Quickly.
Cam.
Yeah, I'm giving up Cam. I hate to say it. I like Cam. I like Cam since he was in Duke. But he be the odd man out.
He played the least.
Yeah,
he has the least chemistry.
So basically, a trade with Portland would probably be Randall.
Not for nothing, it would be a good look for Cam, too.
No, it would. He would get some shine over there. He'd probably start at the wing. If he killed, yeah. So a trade, in my opinion, with Portland would probably be Randall, Cam, Burks. Next year's Dallas pick and another future first for the 7th pick, and we would probably have to take on Eric Bledsoe's contract to add up the Randall numbers.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's a possibility. Don't sleep on that. I think the 7th pick would be more of a possibility than the 4th pick. Somebody on ESPN, I forgot who it was, they asked him what's a bold prediction you'd make on the draft. He said that the Knicks would trade to the 4th pick to trade for Jaden Ivey.
So if ESPN said it, most likely it won't happen.
You got a point there. But it depends on who said it. The person who said it, he's kind of cool. Like with his stuff. I don't know his name, but I've seen him report, and he usually doesn't say anything crazy like some of the people on ESPN do.
But ESPN is ESPN, I'm sorry.
So, I won't lie. If I had a choice, I would do Branham. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I'm sorry. Malachi Branham or Ben Mathurin. I think those would be the best bets for us. But I will not be mad if we get Jaden Ivey.
So we're staying small in this draft. We're not going past power forward. Or we're not going past small forward.
Maybe in the 2nd round, because I'm hearing buzz about that Kai Soto kid, too.
With the center, right?
Yeah.
Power forward, something like
He's center. 7'2". I saw some video on him. He has skills. I can't even lie. Dude, for a guy his size, I watched the scouting video on him. Dude, he has some really good footwork.
In terms of what? Like post spins and stuff like that? Like back down? He's like a back down player?
He could be. He could be. Because he has some real good... He's kind of lanky, so he has to get a little stronger. But the footwork in the post is there, bro. Like, he put on a few...
Got the little shimmies? Little toe taps?
He did a few...
Magic feet?
He had some pretty moves. I can't even lie. Like, check out his highlights. He got a nice little shooting touch.
He does a lot of hook shots?
Did I see some? I've seen a few. I wouldn't say a lot, but I've seen like 1 or 2. He got skills. But what I'm curious about is why is he a 2nd round pick and not a 1st round pick? Maybe it's because
there could be injuries. There could be.
Nah, I don't think it's that. From the scouting report and what people have said, because I watch other Knicks podcasts too, and other Knicks YouTube pages to like learn stuff as well. And a lot of them have agreed that his problem is going to be stepping out to switch. And to be a big man in today's NBA, you got to be able to step out to switch and guard the perimeter and to guard the pick and roll. So he'd be one of them dudes that they'd pick and roll him all day.
And that's why I love Mitch so much, but he's another question mark, bro.
But if Kai Soto's there in the 2nd round, I would give him a shot. He got some skills. He got a pretty game. I'll say that. His game's kind of pretty for a big guy.
So let's step down for the draft real quick. Let's talk about Mitchell Robinson for a quick second.
Oh, yeah.
He's still a question mark. He posted yesterday talking big about living in New York City.
I hope he stays, bro.
But like, what are they doing, bro? Are they like making it a teaser? Are they, worldwide review? What are we doing here? Like,
supposedly the Knicks brass has been working him out.
Brass.
Knicks brass, like us. The Knicks.
Organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knicks brass.
Never heard that word before.
Never heard Knicks brass before?
No.
Okay, well, you
learn something new every day.
Yes, sir. But apparently we've been working him out, talking to him about the contract extension. So the fact that there's dialogue is a good sign. It's scary that there's no agreement.
It's taking so long.
You know what I mean? That's the scary part. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he knows we want him to stay. But does he want to stay? That's the question.
So you think it's not so much as us trying to give him the money, it's so much of him trying to choose where he wants to be?
Exactly. I think Mitch wants to play the market. I think Mitch wants to see if he can get the bag. And I think he can, bro. I'm 50-50 that he leaves or stays.
Damn.
And if he does leave, he's going to Detroit.
Ooh.
Bro, if he goes to Detroit, give them a few years. Detroit's going to be a dangerous team, bro.
Give us one more year. We're going to be in champions.
I hope so. But, bro, Mitch in Detroit with Cade Cunningham throwing him lobs. That's... I can't lie, bro. That's going to be a fun team to watch if that happens. But the Knicks should do everything in their power to keep him. No. Do not overpay. If he asks for too much money, you let him walk. I'm sorry.
Because at the
Let's
end
be
of the day,
real.
though, he is still a second-round pick, so his contract can only go so far. The max.
But somebody can overpay.
So you
You
can't
can't.
go over
They can't.
the
They can't. Oh, you can. You just can't OD.
Like you can't give him $200 million. or
Yeah,
some shit.
exactly. You go overpay. Like in my opinion, if I'm the Knicks, I'm offering a 4 years guaranteed $55 million.
It's way cheaper than Brunson.
Yeah,
I'd rather give the money to Mitch than Brunson.
exactly. And you still have money left over to sign like veteran point guard as insurance in case somebody get hurt.
Because we still got D Rose. Not for nothing.
You still need. That's why we need insurance. That's exactly why we
Yeah.
need insurance.
Plexiglass.
Yeah, I love D Rose, man, but yeah, he's at that age where I think it's almost his time.
Chill, player coach.
I hope so. I wouldn't mind keeping D Rose on the Knicks.
He's coaching, then he just subs himself in.
Him and Taj, I wouldn't mind. They're gonna be lifers for the Knicks, I think.
That's dope, man. That's Taj especially. I agree with Mike. I think Taj is the best player in the Knicks.
Oh God, stop. But as far as Mitch goes,
I
bro,
agree.
I don't know, man. I want him to stay, but if we lose him, I think we'll be able to replace him.
I think the mistake, I think the big oopsie in all this, and it is kind of Mitch's fault, is that we're gonna lose him for nothing. I think that's the big oopsie of like this whole.
I can't lie. That would be a blemish on Leon Rose's record.
But it's not his fault though.
Nah, it is. It
It
bro.
is?
Because you could have secured that last year.
You could have made his intentions clear or something.
Yeah, you could have secured that last. So this would be a blemish if we lose him for nothing. Wait, but then again, if we lose him and replace him and things end up getting better, then it'd be half a blemish.
No, no.
I'd take off half a point. Because I still think Mo Bamba might happen.
Ooh, okay.
That's still a
Signing trade.
That's still a plan. If Mitch walks, we're getting Mo Bamba. And it'd be between him and Jericho Sims who starts. And I think either way we'd be good.
I'd say Sims. I got my money on Sims.
I would say Mo, believe it or not.
Yeah?
Because he'll stretch the floor more.
True.
But
Yeah, I like
Tibbs
Sims.
likes defense, so
Yeah.
Sims has that advantage.
And he's brolic.
Yeah, that dude is a beast. bro.
Babyface assassin.
I wouldn't call him that to his face, brolic as he is. We gonna just keep that here on Knicks and
He'll probably laugh.
Yeah. I'd still be like, yo, I'm sorry, either way. Even if he was cool about it. Like, yo, don't worry about it, bro. I'm still sorry, bro, just in case. Because you're a big guy.
He's gonna bench you.
You're a big guy, bro.
He's gonna turn you into a pretzel.
He probably could. Big as he is, dude. Like, bro, did you see his arms? His arms
No,
is bigger
he's-
than my whole body.
Nah, it's round. It's super round. Like deadass, my entire face is like his bicep.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that guy. Like, I'm glad he's on my team.
Jericho. The walls of Jericho.
Yeah, man.
Ooh,
The
have they-
wizard.
Have they started saying that yet?
Nah,
Oh,
that's Chris Jericho's
Trademark.
move.
It doesn't matter. Trademark.
Uh-oh.
Walls of Jericho. T-shirt merch coming soon. Walls of
Chris
Jericho.
Chris Jericho's gonna throw fire in your face for doing that.
I'm a magician. What is he? A wizard?
He's the wizard.
I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard.
Oh boy, but
What is wrestling coming down to?
it's hilarious to me. It's entertaining. But as far as Mitch goes, bro,
I'm a wizard.
as I said, bro, 50-50 he goes, 50-50 he goes or stays, man. That's where I'm at.
Mistakes happen, man. Listen, Leon Rose is not perfect. So far, he's been on a good roll. Shit happens.
Yeah, there's other players in the draft that the Knicks might be interested in too, but I guess we'll talk about that before the draft or during the draft. 'Cause I think we're gonna do like a live stream.
Yes. Sounds like a good idea. We didn't shout out on Instagram.
Oh, we'll do that at the end of the show.
Oh, shit, Steve.
Well, it's the end of the show
It's
right
been
now.
too long, Steven.
Nah.
You fucked up.
Well, so I guess we'll wrap the show up like that. This wraps up this week's episode of Knicks Anonymous. And with that being said, you guys can follow us on Instagram at Knicks Anonymous. You can find us on platforms such as Amazon Music, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Breaker. Or you can simply Google us, type in Knicks Anonymous, and we're right there.
You already know, man. Dab it up, bro. Episode
67.
67 in the books, man.
Are we gonna do an episode? Are we gonna do a before draft episode, or are we just gonna do the live stream? I think we should just do the live stream.
I think we do the live
Kill
stream.
two birds
I think
with
this.
one
I think this is
stone.
the before draft episode, and then we'll do the live stream, and then we'll do the post draft.
I think the post draft and the live stream would pretty much be the same one.
We'll see how things go.
Because
Depending on what happens, because if some crazy shit happens, like we go fourth pick, and like we'll make a show out of it.
Well, we do what we always do. We don't do the whole draft. We come in when we're like maybe 3 picks away, just so we could be there and talk about what happened. Like we do every year.
Yes, and new episodes, face videos coming.
Yes, I finally got my hard drive fixed.
So all our YouTubers, there will be more face action. You're definitely gonna be able to see us. We're gonna have the layouts. It's gonna be fire. Knicks Anonymous is upgrading. Season 3, let's go, man. Let's go, Knicks.
Damn right.